Hello, welcome back to Walk with Wisdom. This is where we have real conversations about life, leadership, and following Jesus together. Again, I'm Mark, and I'm here with two men I'm walking with, my dear brothers and leaders in Christ. So, again, usual bros, you introduce yourself. What do you do? Perhaps your role in the ministry in church, and then answer this question na rin. What's one financial lesson you wished you learned earlier in life? Yan. Sige. So, anyone who wants to start?
Yung bagong kasal na lang.
Sure. Sige,
Last year pa
sige.
kinasal.
Last year pa, let me go first. So,
Sige.
hello everyone. My name is Isaac and returning, I think for the second time din
Oo,
sa
second time.
podcast. And so I work full time for CCF and I'm working with the Big Singles Ministry, the Young Adults and Young Professionals Ministry of CCF. And I'm currently married and meron na kaming 3-month-old na baby. So praise
Mm.
God for that blessing.
Okay.
And what's one thing that I wish I learned sooner? I think it's the value of saving money.
Mm.
And saving money not so just I can spend it sa mga bagay na gusto ko, but really always have savings na for whatever purpose, meron mababalikan kasi meron kang itinabi.
Yeah, okay. Sige, mamaya pag-usapan natin yan, no? Savings. Alright. Sige, ikaw, Jer.
Yeah, hello. Rinig naman ako, no?
Yep.
Clear? Yeah, so hello. Ako din, second ko lang pa yata to. So salamat sa pag-invite ulit, Pastor Mark. Um, ako si Jeremy, and my work is, I'm a financial advisor.
Mm.
Pwede ba banggitin yung company o wag na lang?
Ikaw, pwede. I think pwede naman.
Okay naman, baka maging
Oo.
ano eh. Oh, but anyway, I'm in the insurance company. Ang tawag doon is the Green Company, no? Or Manulife. Kung
Mm.
fan ka ni Ann Cortez, yung asawa ni Ann Cortez. Anyway, siya isa sa mga model namin. But yeah, I'm also with CCF Las Piñas. Also part of the ministry, uh, part of the operations, no, of our church. And if one financial lesson, actually
Mm.
same din ako with Isaac. Pero siguro yung ito mas financial term, pay yourself first. Mas
Mm.
ginagamit yun eh. Pero basically saving din yun, no?
Mm.
And siguro invest as early
Mm.
as possible sana.
Yeah, yeah.
Yun.
Okay, pay yourself first. Parang first time ko lang
Narinig yun?
narinig yun. Well, later
Ah,
you can explain it pa.
yeah,
Yan.
sure.
Okay. So today, we will talk about money. But this is not an episode, just to be clear, how to get rich or wealthy. But it's an episode how to handle money wisely. And for you guys, how do you see people right now, siguro specifically Filipinos, how are they handling money? Do you see that a lot are not financially literate?
Oh, yeah.
And then, ano
For
yung
sure.
effects na nakita nyo if someone does not know how to handle his or her money wisely?
Baka pwede ko simulan
Sige, go!
dito. Kasi nga ito nga din yung field ko, no? And siguro ako ang heartbeat ko talaga is um, kami in the financial industry. We really want, especially Filipinos, to be financially literate.
Mm,
And I strongly believe that sana nga it becomes part of the school curriculum. Kahit yung
mm,
basic saving lang, no? Na save first before spending. Kasi compared to other countries, like Singapore, lahat sila doon, although konti lang naman din talaga sila, diba? Pero lahat sila doon forced to save sila. And so grabe yung reserves nila when it comes to savings. And so sadly tayong Filipinos, sobrang baba pa talaga when it comes to financial literacy. And to the point nga na dati may nakausap ako, wag di na lang daw niya ilalagay sa bangko. And kung sa bangko, sobrang liit nga ng bank eh. I mean, that's the very safe, no? Pero walang
sobrang liit ng interest, you mean?
sobrang liit ng chance to grow. Oo,
Oo.
sobrang liit ng interest to grow. No, maybe I can touch on that later. Safe, no? Good start, pero don't expect growth talaga. Pero siya, ayaw nga daw niya ilagay sa bangko, ilalagay na lang daw niya sa isang safe box. So alam mo yon, yung even ganun yung mindset pa ng marami.
Mm.
And siguro to close this, um, mamaya pagdating sa investment, siguro kung mapunta tayo sa topic na yon, ang Pilipino, hindi tayo risk averse. Alam niyo yung risk, yung talagang natatakot na mawala yung pera or
Mm.
mag-grow yung pera. Hindi tayo risk averse or takot sa risk eh. Nandun lang tayo sa maling risk. Kasi as of last year, 2025, meron daw 50 plus million subscribers sa Bingo Plus.
Mm.
So, hindi tayo takot sa risk. Nasa maling risk lang ang Pilipino. Because nga,
Mm.
kulang sa financial literacy.
Mm.
So, yun. That's my, take on that.
Okay. Bakit, Jer? Bawal ba mag-bingo?
Wala
Hindi,
namang masama. Oo. Pero may better means, no? Kung masaya, kung pang enjoy lang, no? Pero the fact na ang dami just shows dun sila umaasa. And
yeah.
Lotto, 'di ba?
Bingo Plus, ano ba yun? Online?
Online.
Online
Yes,
gambling.
online.
Okay, sige. Ikaw, Sak.
Sa akin, medyo nagulat lang ako sa 50 million. Parang kalahati ng population natin yun.
Kalahati ng population natin. Kasi ang dali, sa cellphone lang eh.
Yeah.
Ah, sa akin naman, when it comes to financial literacy, agree din with Jeremy na hindi talaga siya na ituturo sa schools. So, parang every individual, you have to figure it out on your own. And
Mm.
sa atin, the usual path, pagka nagkatrabaho ka na, nagkapera ka na,
Hmm.
dun mo pa lang talaga mafe-face yung
Yeah.
reality. And para siyang boom and bust cycle na may pera ka, you would
Mm.
spend it, okay naman, pero eventually it will catch up with you, gumastos ka na pala. So hindi mo na naranasan talaga yung peace and stability that
Mm.
financial literacy brings. Kasi at the first place, hindi mo pa rin talaga alam yung foundation. So you're just figuring things out, gagastos ka lang, gagamitin mo lang yung pera mo the way you want it to. Kaya maraming nasasaktan kasi hindi sila natuto una, ano ba talaga yung tamang financial literacy.
Yeah. And that's true, no? Kahit sa akin eh. Yung sinabi mo kanina, Sak, na once you have work, you earn, dun ka lang natututo, how to handle money or how to invest, ganyan. But sad to say though, kahit yung iba na may trabaho na, they don't know how to invest it properly din. So, pero ako, in my case, yun nga eh, yung college ka, high school ka, walang mga ganyan, di ba? Laro lang ng basketball, whatever, may allowance ka, masaya ka na, yung ganun. So, that's one good key takeaway na sana nga, no, while we were young, merong education or way how to let people know how to be financially literate. So, may reality talaga na pagkuha ng pera, gastos agad. And one way to know how or to be wise in how to handle your finances is to really learn how to live below your means. For you guys, ano bang ibig sabihin yun? To live below your means, and why is living below your means so important?
Mauna na
Sige,
lang ako kasi
sige, una ka na,
Yeah,
Sak.
ikaw naman, take turns na lang tayo. Sak.
kasi this is something din na lately ko lang din natutunan. Actually, ako rin yun eh. Ako yung boom bust cycle. Ako yung
Mm,
nagkatrabaho. Saka pa lang natuto. Although, in my context, at a very young age, naroon na rin kami ng father ko. So, medyo open kasi kami as a family, financially.
mm,
Pero nagkaroon na ako ng sarili kong pera.
mm,
Growing up, ang mindset ko is live within your means. Live within your means. Kasi
mm,
growing up din, parang ito lang yung meron kami, so papagkasyahin lang namin. So
mm.
nung nagkasarili na rin akong pera, I'm living within my means.
Ah,
Na nabasa ko yung concept na live below your means pala dapat.
mm,
Yun yung mindset shift sa akin na hindi pala within my means na dahil kaya ko siyang gastusin, uubusin ko yung pera ko dito.
mm,
Kasi So, dati as long as nakapag-save ako, may tithes na ako, may extra pera pa ako, pwede kong ubusin yung pera ko sa bagay na 'to. But
Mm.
living below your means is actually mas mababa pa kasi you're saving for future expenses
Mm.
pa and other
Mm.
uncertainties pa.
Yeah. Magandang point yun, no? Yung difference between live within your means and live below your means. And truth be told, yung means kasi for each individual is different, di ba? Iba yung relative siya eh. Pero magandang practice na habang tumataas yung means mo, your earning, you still live in a simple way, you don't increase your lifestyle, kasi ganun yung normal na ano eh na pattern eh. Tumaas yung sweldo, live within my means, pero tumaas din yung lifestyle, 'di ba? Kaya still dapat live below your means. Ikaw, Jer.
Yeah, same din with the sinabi ni Isaac. By the way, correct ko lang yung sarili ko, no? 40 million pala, hindi 50 million. Pero still,
Okay.
madami pa rin yun.
Marami pa rin yun.
Maraming
Yeah.
tao pa rin yun, no? So, yung living below your means is, dito na actually papasok yung, well, binanggit kanina ni Isaac, no, yung saving. Pero dito yung sinasabi nila na pay yourself first. Actually, mas applicable to for business owners kasi,
Mm.
if you're in a business. But the idea is, set aside na an amount that you will save kasi baliktad na nangyayari sa common Filipino and common anyone na hindi financially literate, no?
Mm.
Sweldo minus expenses equal savings.
Yeah, yeah.
Baliktad dapat no?
Mm.
Dapat sweldo or income minus your savings and lagay na lang natin giving kasi part yan, di
Mm.
ba?
Mm.
Giving to the church, giving to others, no? Equals your expenses. And actually, yung expenses mo, dapat, kung wag mo rin, tama yung sinabi natin kanina ni Isaac na wag mo rin sagarin, no?
Mm.
Na ano rin, live below pa rin. Kasi kung ano lang yung kailangan mo talaga.
Mm.
I'm not saying din naman na wag tayo mag-enjoy, no?
Yeah.
Pero ako for me, I totally agree with yung live below your means. And to help you do that, you really need to have a budget. Kung wala kang
Mm.
budget kasi, wala kang guideline. And so, wala lang. You will just get it from the air kung anong gagastusin mo.
Mm.
Kaya, pagdating ng end of the month, petsa de peligro ka pa rin. Kasi,
Mm.
kasi wala kang guideline eh.
Yeah.
Wala kang guide na, oh, ito lang yung pwede kong expenses for the month. Ano yung live below this pa? No? Na
Mm.
talagang, okay naman ako. Hindi naman ako naghirap. Pero enjoy pa rin ako.
Yeah, yeah. And mahirap din talaga yung live below your means since we live in a world right now wherein there's social media, 'di ba? Na pag tinignan mo kung ano yung meron ng ibang tao, you would want it, you would struggle and try to convince yourself na I need to have that. So, anong message nyo for people to, learn how to practice and learn contentment because even in the Bible, di ba, we would see na si Paul, I have learned how to be content.
Yeah.
Contentment is not something na normal sa atin, pero pwede
Yeah.
siyang ma-learn, ma-practice. So, paano kaya nila mas ma-practice yung contentment, living below their means?
Sabi pa nga, ano eh. So ako naman, take turns kami, no? Sabi pa nga,
Sige.
di ba, godliness with contentment is great gain.
Yeah.
Di ba? So another ano. So, ako natutunan ko kasi, when it comes to finances, more than it being a number thing, it's a behavioral thing talaga. Spending is really a behavioral thing eh. It's something that discipline is definitely required pagdating dito.
Discipline, yeah.
Oo. So, ako, personal experience ko, before, kunyari, kasi it's a behavioral thing talaga, no? Um, and if hindi mo na-discipline yung behavior mo pagdating dito, you will just give in to the
Mm,
desires, no?
mm,
Yan yung last of the ice, eh. Pag may nakita ka, di ba?
yeah.
Gusto mo nang bilhin, di ba? And so, ako before, siguro practical step, nalala ko, may nakita akong sapatos na gusto kong bilhin. Tapos, wala naman yun sa budget ko. Actually, nung time na to, aminin ko, wala pa akong budget noon.
Mm,
Talagang, lang, happy-go-lucky lang yung style ko. Pero at least kahit pa paano, from during that time, nakuha ko na yung parang small behavioral disciplines. Nasabi ko sa sarili ko, pag nandyan pa yan next month, para sa akin yan. Parang,
Mm,
parang ganun, no?
mm,
Pero kung wala na yan, ibig sabihin nun, hindi yun para sa akin. So, delayed gratification, I think, is one good, practical step,
mm,
no?
mm.
But it's really a behavior thing, eh. It's discipline, self-discipline is so super important when it comes to, spending habits.
Yeah, yeah. Kasi minsan talagang 'pag nakita mo agad yung sale nakakatempt, eh, na, "Uy, sayang 'to baka next week wala na yung
Ako
sale."
nga, speaking of sales, sorry, share ko na 'to isang joke na 'to, natawa ako from isang pastor. Sabi niya kasi, 'di ba, "Uy, 70% off, sayang." Sabi ng
Mm.
pastor, "Pag hindi mo yan bilhin, 100% ang matitipid mo." Sabi niya ganyan. Kasi totoo, 'di ba?
Yeah, 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 oo. Yeah, tsaka kailangan matutunan mo rin yung discipline to distinguish need versus want. 'Di ba? Kasi marami tayong needs wants, but is it really a need? Sapatos, medyo ano ko diyan, tinamaan ako diyan. Na some have, lots of pairs, but can you wear all of those shoes in a week or yeah, in a month, 'di ba? So, 'yun. Ikaw, Sak?
Ako, I agree din with Jeremy kasi I really agree na behavioral problem talaga siya. More than the numbers, more than the templates ng savings, ng
Mm,
kasi even with social media, mare-reveal talaga yung condition din ng heart natin eh.
mm,
Na at times, makita natin yung person nito, meron na nito. So, may nag-work sa heart mo na, ako rin kaya, baka gusto ko rin nun. Parang, ang sarap din mag-travel Parang,
mm,
matagal na ako nakabili ng sapatos So, parang it
mm,
reveals something deeper in your heart talaga na kaya kailangan doon magsimula Doon magsimula yung financial discipline.
mm,
Kung muna yung heart mo, assess mo muna, bakit nga ba ganito yung paggastos ko ng pera? Bakit ganito yung attitude ko rin pagdating sa pera?
mm. Yeah. So, in essence din talaga, and I know a lot of preachers or teachers have said this na every financial decision is a spiritual decision. Yan. So, yeah, involve yung heart. Yun nga, yung kanina, di ba? You need to ask yourself, is it a need or a want? Is it because you feel jealous? You are comparing your life with another person. Um, and na-realize ko din yung sinabi mo kanina, Sak, na to live below your means, dapat talaga may proper understanding that you are just a steward of what God has entrusted. Doon magsa-start yun yung foundation ng heart mo eh. Kasi kung hindi yun yung belief mo, then you would always feel, kaya kong bilhin kung anong gusto kong bilhin. This is my money. I deserve this new shoe, this new bag, whatever. But knowing that, okay, this is the Lord's, then I need to pray about it, consider his word, seek counsel, yan. So live below your means. Another way to be wise in how you handle money is of course avoid debt. But it's easier said than done, 'di ba? Especially ngayon, minsan pag sa mall, ewan ko kung may na-encounter kayo na laging may mga credit card, credit card, mga mag-o-offer ganyan. Pero pagdating sa debt, is there such a thing as a wise and unwise debt? Bawal ba talaga mag-utang? Masama ba talaga mag-utang?
Well, if I think about it ngayon habang inaalala ko, parang wala akong maalala rin na verse in the Bible that encourages having debt. Di ko alam kung may maalala
Mm.
rin kayo. Parang
Mm.
mas more naalala ko yung the borrower is slave to the lender,
Mm, yeah,
more
yeah.
on warnings about it. So,
Oo.
I think na there's much more danger kasi sa debt rather than the benefit pagdating sa debt. And
Mm.
given na maraming tao din talaga ng hindi pa financially literate, so
Mm.
it makes it more harmful than beneficial. Yeah, pero
Mm.
of course, we would all agree marami namang paggagamitan talaga. For example, kukuha ka ng bahay, kukuha ka ng sasakyan, but parang it gives you greater caution na talagang pag-isipan mo muna before you enter
Mm.
into a debt of 5 years
Mm.
for a car, mortgage, 30 years, 20 years.
Yeah, no? So, dapat may perspective na mas malaki yung negative consequence, tama? Compared sa positive. But again, case to case basis, you really need to pray about it. Although, in my perspective, ang nakikita kong wise debt ay yung if you're investing in something that you know will appreciate. So yun, like house, yan. Ano ba yung mga dangers na nakita nyo? Have you ever experienced being in debt or you know someone na talagang a slave of debt?
Yeah, ako, personally, na credit card ako eh, debt, especially ng pandemic.
Mm,
So, by God's grace, inamin ko, wala talaga akong pera nun. Kasi wala rin akong work nun. So, yung pile up, binabayaran ko lang yung minimum. So, sa mga may credit card dito, don't fall for the minimum. Pay for everything. No?
mm,
Kasi magkakaroon pa yun ng interest. And so, you have to pay the whole thing. Kaya kung hindi ka marunong maghawak ng credit card, don't. Hanggat kaya mo. Pero yun, nabaon ako. Di man ganun kalakihan. Pero ano rin naman, as parang ano rin, tawag dito, a good amount din. So tinulungan ako ng family ko. And thankfully I was
mm,
able to pay them off, no. So siguro tsaka meron din akong kilala ngayon, no, into maraming utang din. So if to ask the question, no, ang masamang utang is kumpara lang sa wants, sa leisure mo.
mm,
Yun yung masama, uutang ka ng iPhone, wala kang ipon, 'di ba? Ganyan yung mga joke usually, 'di ba? Pero
mm,
uutang ka for an iPhone 17 for what? Para mag-impress, 'di ba? Hindi mo nga kaya magpa-load, 'di ba? So bibili ka pa ng iPhone 17. Pero meron
mm,
tayong mga tinatawag na good debt. Na kunyari, yun nga, if it's something katulad na sabi ni Pastor Mark, if it's something that will give you something in return, kunyari
mm,
like a business, no?
mm,
A house loan, nag-appreciate naman yung bahay.
yeah,
Yung car loan, if gagamitin mo siya and it's for your work and for your business, kasi it helps you earn, di ba? Although ang car, alam natin nagde-depreciate siya.
yeah, yeah,
So, yun din yung mga kailangan mong i-manage. Pero kung gusto mo lang ng bagong kotse for the sake of car, maglo-loan ka ng kotse, ibang usapan na yun, di ba? Ibang motive na yun pag ganun. So, debt per se is not, kumbaga, hindi siya evil. Kasi kung
mm,
aaralin mo talaga, the billionaires of the world, if you really study their strategy, wala silang assets eh. Lahat
mm,
sila, parang they loan off their assets. Basta medyo complicated eh. Pero they understand how money works kasi. And
mm,
so, ang debt, no, kaya there's a term called good debt, if you know how and you can pay it off, then
mm,
you can work around it. But again, if hindi ka marunong, you will be a slave
yeah,
to it. So, kung wala ka pang financial literacy, sabi ko nga, don't get a credit card if you don't know and you can't pay for it. Stick to a debit card. Stick to cash if needed. But if
yeah,
kaya
yeah,
mo, 'di ba? Yung pag marunong ka gumamit ng credit card, yung mga rebates, yung mga pa-Jollibee,
mm,
pamakdo na
mm.
libre, kasi alam mong gamitin and kaya mong gamitin, go ahead. Pero if hindi, stay away from it.
Yeah. Yan yung naging commitment ko eh. Kaya ako, honestly, may credit card ako. But every month, yung kailangan kong bayaran, binabayaran ko ng buo. May credit card lang ako para meron akong one piece chicken joy. So, ito dyan, joke lang. Meron ako isang credit card. Ang ganda ng rebate niya eh. Well, hindi ko ayoko na i-plug pero meron siyang rebate. Tapos ang laki na nakukuha kong, savings din because of the rebate. Dati meron ako for the miles para makapag-travel. So, basta have that discipline to pay it off
Yeah.
every month.
If I
Pero,
may,
sige,
sorry.
go.
I said, go ahead, go ahead.
Hindi, sige, ikaw muna, Jared. Mamaya may
Sige, if
tatanong ko
I
sa'yo.
may add lang, ang nakakatawa kasi if na-understand niyo yung bank principle, the reality is, yung pera mo sa bangko, pinapautang mo sa bangko yon.
Mm.
Sila yung umuutang sa'yo. Ganun yung idea talaga ng banking system eh. The money na deposit mo doon, they're, sila ang humihiram. And so, if nagka-credit card ka, tas pinapahiraman ka nila ng pera, parang the reality is, hinihiraman mo lang yung sarili mo. Parang ganun
Mm.
talaga yun eh. Ang bangko talaga is yung money na dideposit mo, they're borrowing it, tapos pinapautang nila sa iba para mag-earn ng interest and stuff like that. So
Mm.
parang it's a funny idea na if nangutang nga sila sa'yo, pero umuutang ka sa nangutang sa'yo. So
Mm.
again, kung hindi ka marunong mag-credit card, please don't.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll save yourself.
Yeah. Sige, I'll go sa'yo, Sak, mamaya. Pero may gusto lang akong tanongin kay Jer. So sabi mo kanina, Jer, na nabaon ka sa utang, pero tinulungan ka ng family mo. How was it? I mean, paano yung discussion with the family? Nagkaroon
Oh
ba ng
yeah, oo.
tension na anong...
No, awa ng Diyos wala, pero hiyang-hiya ako, no?
Oh.
Again, sabi ko nga hindi naman sumabot ng six figures, pero five figures sumabot din. Hindi naman sumabot ng 1 million, 'di ba?
Mm.
So, pero hiyang-hiya ako kasi yun nga sinabi ko minimum lang binayaran ko. So, awa ng Diyos, hindi naman nagalit sa akin family ko, naawa sila sa akin and they really offered to pay it off.
Mm.
And then diretso sabi niya, cut mo na 'yan.
Mm.
Because, and since then, that was like 2021, since then, di pa ako kumukuha ng credit card. No? It's not because I don't know how to use it, but I learned not to need it
Mm.
as of the
Mm.
moment. No?
Yeah.
So, sa mga makakapanood nito, kung may utang ka, ano na, mahiya ka na ngayon kaysa sa mahiya ka in the future. Kasi mas
Oh.
masakit.
Yeah.
Kasi
Yeah.
lalaki pa.
Oo. Actually, yung kasi nakita kong effects eh. Pag ikaw in debt, and if you have a good family, di ba? Maapektuhan talaga yung family mo. And sad to say, may mga tao na iwan sa kanila yung debt ng magulang nila. Kaya they're trying to pay it off rather than enjoying their salary, enjoying, the blessing that God has given them. So kaya talagang dapat you avoid that. So ikaw, Sak, I think may experience ka dito. Anything that you can share about that?
Kung madami. Kaya sa kanina nga I mentioned, di ba, na living living within my means, yun yung mindset ko talaga dati.
Mm. Mm.
Kaya, every time na may bibilin ako na mahal, tapos may credit card din kasi ako, pero since getting yung credit card ko ng 2020, I committed talaga to pay the full amount. So never pa ako nakamiss din talaga. Yun talaga yung commitment ko. And dahil nga parang ang perspective ko, living within my means ako, basta kasya sa sweldo ko, okay lang sa akin. So,
Mm.
lagi ko tinitingnan yung installment ng phone, installment, magkano ba yung monthly payment para sa kotse, monthly payment para sa motor. At pag
Mm.
kaya kong bayaran, babayaran ko lang siya. So, hindi naman nagkaroon ng masamang experience in the sense na kailangan kunin yung motor, kailangan kunin yung
Mm.
sasakyan,
Mm.
or kailangan manghiram sa iba, mangutang sa iba. Pero ang bad na feeling ko talaga doon is that every time hisweldo ako, parang napupunta lang siya lahat doon.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
dahil
yeah.
kinuha mo to, pupunta lang doon. Parang ang trabaho ko lang pag na-receive ko yung sweldo ko, ita-transfer ko lang para ipambayad dito sa mga inutang ko na ito. Hindi
Mm.
naman ako nakapag sa utang, nakapag-save pa rin ako. Pero na-restrict talaga yung freedom na meron ako. And yung enjoyment din talaga dun sa fruits of my labors para
Mm.
lang mayaman tong mga bagay na thinking about it, di ko naman talaga ganun kakailangan.
Mm. Mm.
Pero ginustong bilhin kasi parang kasya naman siya on a monthly basis na bayaran.
Mm. So how long naging ganun yung nangyari sa'yo?
Siguro around 2 to 3 years din.
Mm. Yeah. So just imagine, 2 to 3 years of not fully enjoying the salary that you got. Although that's better compared to others. Kasi sa'yo, 2 to 3 years lang, di ba? Yung iba, 5, 10 years. Pero ano pa yung practical advice na mabibigay nyo? Kay Jer, maganda kanina na be honest, tell your family. Pero what if may utang ka, and ayaw ka tulungan ng family mo, and they want you to learn the hard way. I mean, is there a pattern, a system that you can apply to get out of debt?
Well, sa akin, this is from personal experience ng family rin namin.
Mm,
There was a time din na kinailangan na mangutang for family needs din
mm,
talaga. And due to circumstances, di na makabayad,
mm,
tinatawagan ng bangko talaga.
mm,
So, all the, the things sa pangungulit ng bangko para mag-kolekta. And what happened nung time na yun, I think kinausap ng parents ko yung bangko talaga. Pumunta sila to really have an agreement na ito lang yung kaya namin bayaran talaga. So,
mm,
hindi namin kayo tatakbuhan. Ito lang yung amount talaga na kaya namin i-shell out. And praise God naman na pumayag naman sila to settle it. And I also have one case kasi na a friend of mine na yung family nila went through the same thing. And encourage ko talaga sila na puntahan niyo yung bangko. Kayo na yung
mm,
lumapit. Huwag niyo nang hayaan na sila pa yung pupunta, sila pa yung mangungulit. Kasi haharasin lang kayo, tatakutin kayo, tatawagan kayo ng tatawagan. Pero kayo na yung humarap and really pray and present your case to them, hoping na mag-grant yung request talaga.
mm. Sige, follow-up question lang doon sa tingin mo, bakit yung ibang tao hindi naisip yun, or ano ba, is it really just a lack of knowledge, or is there something deeper na hindi nila, ayaw nilang gawin yun? What do you think?
I think iba-iba rin naman talaga per case. Case-to-case basis din. I think yung iba may shame din talaga to
Mm,
admit na ito yung nangyari sa kanila. I think yung iba rin naman genuinely gusto muna nilang gawa ng paraan at first.
mm,
Pero yung problem nga with credit card every month, ang laki, nag-multiply
mm,
talaga yung
mm,
business. Exponential yung
mm,
nangyayari.
mm,
And I think yung isa din talaga is hindi sila aware na pwede pala yung path na yun. May
mm.
chance pala
Yeah,
na gano'n. Pwede pala
yeah.
to set way. Yun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So hopefully this will really inform people na, you know, there's a way like that, but you need to humble yourself. Be honest na, eto lang yung kaya namin. But have that commitment, you want to pay it. Ikaw, Jer, any practical advice aside from yun nga, talking to your family?
Yeah, actually sasabihin ko nga rin yun, yung sinabi ni Isaac kanina na punta ka sa ano mo, ah, creditor mo na makiusap ka. Kung kunyari, personal friend yun, talagang makiusap ka, pero tas pakita mo rin talaga na meron kang ginagawa, na kahit pa 100 lang yan, 'di ba? Pero at least na-chip off yung utang na meron ka. And siguro basically yun din eh. And siguro kanina naisip ko yung I agree dun sa baka hindi nila alam na possible yun.
Mm,
So I think it's just your responsibility as an individual na if hindi ikaw, you will learn yourself, have someone guide you pagdating sa
mm,
finances. Kasi nga,
mm,
going back, kulang talaga tayo sa financial literacy kasi. Yun.
mm,
So, kung may kakilala ka, no, ka-church mo, or kamag-anak mo, na can guide you, sana as much as possible, libre, di ba?
mm,
Pero if it's going to, kung may konting, bayad, at least, ano na rin yun, parang investment mo na rin yun so that you can makaiwas ka sa bad decisions and they can
mm.
help you make the right ones.
Yeah, yeah. So parang kailangan mo rin talaga
Parang
na again,
mentoring din eh,
mentor,
mentoring.
yeah. Oh. Walk with wisdom, yan. Pero pa-plug ko na rin na when you teach then about that, SAC dito sa Saving Matters natin starting this Friday until 3 Fridays, maybe you can share, merong repayment plan na gagawa sila ng Excel, tapos paano nila mababayaran yon, how long, tapos ano yung mga other ways, like kung talaga may ano ka, you might need to sell some things na hindi mo kailangan, declutter, yan, kasi,
Or add extra income.
or
Kailangan din yun eh. Oo.
add extra income if talagang may time ka. But you want to get out of debt as soon as possible. Kasi tama nga sinabi ni Jer, habang tumatagal, mas ano yan, mas may possibility na lumaki. 'Di ba? Yan. So, yun yung mga ano natin, tips to handle your finances wisely. Number one, live below with your means. Number two, of course, avoid debt. Although napakasimple lang nito, no, pag sinasabi ko, pero ang dami pa ring nagsistruggle with this. And then number three, of course, yung kanina sinasabi nyo, save and learn how to invest properly. Yeah. So what advice would you give someone na hindi nagsisave ng pera at all? So, ano masasabi nyo doon?
Sabi nga nila, kailangan natin mag-save because Jesus saves, no? Napasok pa yung joke na gano'n, no? Hindi, pero ibang saving yung ginagawa ni Jesus. Mas importante yun. Pero dun sa hindi nagsisave, um, again, di naman natin pwede ma-change yung utak nila. Pero parang sabihin mo, do you want to be successful? Kasi walang taong hindi successful na hindi nag-save. Ay, yun, tama ba yung
Tama,
sinabi ko?
tama,
Walang
tama. Oh.
successful tao
Tao
na
na
hindi
hindi
nag-save.
nag-save. Oh.
Oo, no? At hindi lang nag-save, nag-invest pa. Kasi if I may go into the idea na, gusto ko i-differentiate yung dalawa. Savings is a good start, but it will not help you grow your money kung nagsisave ka lang sa bangko. Kasi sa bangko, especially sa mga physical banks, ang interest rate nun per annum is less than 1%.
Mm.
Tapos meron tayong tinatawag na inflation. Tandaan nyo yun sa mga nakikinig dito. Diba narinig natin noong April, 7.2% ang
No,
inflation.
wow, taas, no?
Merong graphic last month, yung piso ng 2018 is 75 cents na lang today. And so yung buying power ng pera natin lumiliit because of inflation. And so if you do the math, if ang pera mo nasa bangko lang 0.25% lang every year, tapos may tax pa yun may 20% tax pa yun pag tinanggal. So pag binuksan mo yung mobile app mo, di ba? Uy, may interest earned. Pero bakit may tax deducted pa? So kung nasa savings lang ang pera mo, don't expect na in the near future makaka-live comfortably ka. That's where investing comes in. Na you can invest in financial instruments that can give you a good 4% interest, no? But some can even go up to 40%. In our company, meron kaming mga investment na products na nagsisisi ako, hindi ako nag-invest doon kasi tumatalon up to 80% ang growth niya. And so that's why investing is so important na lahat ng, successful financial people, they invested kasi. And so, medyo, I don't want to get into the details anymore too much, no? Kasi ano lang naman tayo dito. But don't just save. Save first because kailangan mo yan. Pag nagkaroon ka ng emergency, ang savings mo, dapat yan yung nasa bangko. Yung tinatawag nating liquid. Madaling i-withdraw.
Madaling kunin niya.
Madaling kunin. So, usually, dapat meron kang 3 to 6 months. Actually, for me, 6 to 12 months worth of savings. No? And then, para at least if may emergency, doon mo kukunin. And the rest, invest mo na. And ang investing is always long-term. At least 5 years. But mas maganda is 10 years and above pa.
Yeah.
And so, yun. Don't just start saving, but don't just save, also invest.
Yeah, kaya kahit papaano yung ako, I'm thankful na meron na tayong mga digital banks na mataas yung ano nila.
Yes, yun ang maganda, digital
Oo,
banks din.
oo, no? You just really have to study, do your part, ano yung interest rate nila, ganyan. Ikaw, Sak, anong advice mo mabibigay to someone na hindi nagsisave at all?
Pagdating sa savings talaga, no? And knowing people na at the end of the day, gagawin nila kung anong gusto nilang gawin.
Mm,
And I would just say na sana din nila maranasan yung pain of having no savings talaga.
mm,
Kasi yun yung problema. If hindi ka nagsisave, if something happens, hindi lang ikaw yung maapektuhan, pwedeng yung future self mo kapag nangutang ka, pwedeng yung family mo rin kapag
mm,
nagbigay sila ng pera, nag-support sa iyo, even if hindi nila papabayaran, course, it would take a dent din sa sarili nilang finances. And of course, the other people din na nasa paligid mo. Kasi ako, I've experienced at least 3 times yung naaalala ko na for how many months wala akong work. Pero hindi ako nagutom kasi praise God, nakapagtabi ako bago siya
Mm.
mangyari. Meron akong nakukuhanan pa rin. So, hindi rin ako naging burden sa family kasi I can still give kasi meron ako naitabi for
Mm.
myself. And
Mm.
with all the uncertainties talaga sa buhay natin ngayon, this year pa lang, may war, may oil crisis, hindi
Yeah,
natin alam
yeah.
mangyayari pala lahat ng to. There really is no value kung hindi ka magsisave talaga eh. So I would advise na huwag mo nang antayin, maranasan mo yung pain. Start as small as you can ngayon kasi eventually mag-build din yung habit na yun talaga.
Yeah, yeah. Tama yun, no? Yung start as early as now, ang importante ma-build yung habit. And for me, I think kailangan din mag-change yung perspective ng tao eh. Maybe some are thinking, I'll save for travel, new iPhone, car, not seeing it in another perspective. You need to save because there can be so many uncertainties in life. Tulad ng sinabi mo nga, Sak, may war. I mean, alam natin yung nangyari ng pandemic, 'di ba? Bigla-biglang nagkaroon ng gano'n. Pwede mawalan ng trabaho, health concern. Kaya dapat meron kang money that you can use for situations like that. Pero itong tanong ko sa inyo, what if there's someone who is saying, I want to save, I want to invest, pero hindi nyo alam yung budget ko, sobrang I'm barely surviving, as in talagang walang extra. Sabihin natin na nag-ano na nga lang ako, commute, minsan naglalakad. I mean, paano ko makapag-save kung saktong-sakto lang yung nakukuha ko? Any advice for that person?
Siguro ako, um, gets ko, may mga ganun tao talaga. And some people nga in the financial industry, they say na, kasi minsan may competition yan para gumawa ng budget, ganyan-ganyan. And hindi mo pwede ipilit sa lahat yun eh. Hindi siya one size
Mm,
fits all eh, no?
mm,
So
mm,
sa mga ganun tao, kahit may pamiso-miso lang yan, no? Or 5 piso, start with that, no? Mag-alkansya ka.
mm, mm,
Kasi I believe na pag nakita mo, any progress, no matter how small it is still progress eh.
mm,
'Diba? No matter how small the achievement is, it's still an achievement. So, simula ka, lahat ng piso na natitira, no, kung meron ka, kahit 25, lagay mo sa alkansya. Tapos pag napuno mo na, ano yun? Congratulations. Kasi ako naniniwala talaga ako sa, parang motto ko sa buhay, mas okay na yung kaunti kaysa sa wala.
mm,
So, kahit konti lang yung savings kaysa sa wala at all. So, it starts there and habit forming din kasi yan eh. Eventually,
yeah, yeah,
okay, kaya ko pala mag-save. Makikita mo rin sa sarili mo, baka kaysa sa kumain ako ng 100 pesos worth na meal, baka pwedeng magluto na lang ako, something like
mm,
that, no?
mm,
So, yes, totoo yun, may mga ganun tao. So, you can start kahit sobrang small, no? And then, as you go along, makikita mo, baka meron pala ako pwedeng i-adjust. Teka lang, meron pala akong ganitong talent, pwede ko gamitin for extra income. 'Di ba?
mm,
And so,
yeah.
but at least meron ka ng sinimulan kaysa sa wala.
Yeah, true, true, no? So, save kahit piso, tapos hopefully after, makabili ka na ng iPhone. Kaya pala nag-save ng piso, no? Para sa iPhone, di ko alam kung kano katagal yan pag piso. Pero tama yun. Just, practice the habit. Kahit kano kaliit. And check your budget again. Baka meron kang pwedeng i-adjust pa sa budget mo na kahit makasave ka ng, again, 5 pesos, 10 pesos. That's still a saving. Sa'yo, Sak.
Agree ako kay Jer talaga 100% kasi iba yung nagagawa ng positive na momentum sa buhay.
Mhm.
Kapag
Mm,
nakita mo na nagpa-progress ka kahit maliit, parang you're excited na mag-progress pa more and more and more. And
mm,
yun, leverage yung skills, baka may konting time ka na pwede mong magamit pa para mag-increase ng income mo kahit paunti-unti,
Mm.
all with the purpose of building up itong savings na ito kasi hindi naman the rest of your life nandun ka lang. Magkakaroon ng
Mm.
opportunities. Pero at least, pag nagkaroon ng opportunities, you're prepared. Kasi nagawa mo yung discipline kahit na how small yung discipline na yun.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yun yung belief ko na it might be hard right now, pero ma-practice mo yung mga tamang habits, tamang discipline in taking care of your money, someday it will grow. Someday you will have maybe more than enough. Pero again, when it becomes more than enough, still practice living below your means. Diba? Hindi big sabihin na pag medyo may financial capability ka na, kung ano-ano na yung binibili mo. So, allow it to grow and then save and then kung ano pa yung extra, ito yung lagi kong nakikita, not just save but be generous. Bless others, give to the Lord, support a ministry, a campus missionary. Yan. Okay, bro. So, three things to be wise in handling money. Live below your means, avoid debt, save and invest properly. Not just save, but also invest. Any other maybe tip that you guys can give as we end how to be wise in handling money na different dun sa tatlo na pinag-usapan natin?
Siguro ako, nasabi ko na kanina eh, pero you owe it to yourself to learn, no?
Learn.
So, dami materials na libre sa YouTube, Facebook, no? And then, if you need help, no? If di mo, nahihirapan ka, get someone to guide you and mentor you. Kasi yun nga, you will owe it to yourself talaga na one day, for sure, you will benefit from it. So,
Mm.
learn.
Yeah, yeah.
Invest in yourself. Yun yung sinasabi nila. Invest in yourself.
Yes, yes. And actually, that is a good investment, no? Invest in your growth, in your, knowledge, leadership, yan. Ikaw, Sak.
Sa akin, I think, be humble enough to admit nasaan ka ba talaga ngayon sa financial situation mo. You don't need to pretend, you don't need to impress anyone, but be honest with yourself din. Ito talaga, di ako nakakaipon. Kasi parang yun yung magpo-push din talaga sa'yo to seek help from other people,
Mm,
to search for ways to learn. Kasi libre na lahat eh. Nandiyan na information talaga eh. Pero if hindi ka maging honest sa sarili mo, and tingin mo okay lang talaga, then hindi mo gagawin yung point na yun to really learn and take that next step. Eh.
yeah, yeah, that's true. And one way to be honest and know is dapat ano mo talaga, itatrack mo yung spending mo. Dapat may budget ka. Para may clear picture ka, okay, ano yung spending habits ko, ano yung saan ako minsan nagkukulang, ganyan. Kaya importante may budget. Good, good. So bros, I learned a lot. And really sometimes wisdom with money is not earning more but learning to want less, be content. Kaya very important that if you want to be wise in handling money, you know who owns it ultimately. And it is God. And if you understand that you are just a steward, then you would want to take care of the money that He has given you and not squander it. So, thank you bros. And I hope you guys learned something sa episode na to. Subscribe to Walk with Wisdom. Share this with another believer. And most importantly, again, don't walk alone. Find men who can walk with you. Katulad na nasabi kanina, if you don't know how to handle your finances, look for a mentor, look someone to guide you, and someone who will speak the truth to you and point it to Christ. So thank you for walking with us and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.